Hello peoples, this is my next update and I don't even know where to start. Like, I can't remember what I filmed and what I haven't filmed, but basically
go on, what's happening?
What's happening right now is I'm in my ovulation induction cycle. Took letrozole starting day 2 or 3 of my cycle, and I took it for 5 days and then I stopped, and then I started blood tests to track all my hormones, my estrogen, my LH, luteinizing hormone, and my progesterone.
Sometimes I regret the videos that I give you.
We've just filmed the fried chicken video. I don't know if it's going to come out before or after this, but Luke is in the background finishing all the fried chicken from all the different shops. And he's
pieces in 6 weeks.
Really regretting
12 pieces of chicken.
That happened. I had no side effects from the letrozole that I noticed. I didn't realise side effects were a thing until I went on a forum because people were complaining about the side effects, and I was like, I didn't get any. Is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? Is it not working? But I think it's working because I did start ovulating. I think I'm day 14 today, but by day 12 my estrogen started increasing. Funnily enough, my LH still didn't rise. I keep saying that my LH never seems to peak properly, and yeah, apparently I didn't have an LH peak, and I got 7. That's the highest I got. So wait, Luca. But yeah, so that's just an interesting little thing. My progesterone also has not even been measurable this entire time, so I'm a bit worried that I'm gonna have to, I don't know, get help with that. But I don't know, like, it's meant to increase and it's just still not even existent. So the expectations are not being met. But I did have 1 follicle. I basically got told on the 12th that, oh, not on the 12th, on day 12 of my cycle, that my estrogen was going up and up, and so I had, first thing yesterday, I had a blood test in the morning, and then I had a ultrasound at 7:30 in the morning as well. So that was drama, like massive drama. Okay, first of all, when I get my blood test results, it's just sort of like your results, E2 is this, P is this, LH is this, blah blah blah, and then it goes, your next bloods are at this date, and then it has a big list about COVID and why they can't do something due to COVID and whatnot. I think why they don't do the blood tests in their actual facility anymore. And then it says under that, no unprotected intercourse, because if I have like 5 follicles, we don't want to have quintuplets until we check how many follicles I have. So obviously I've had quite a few blood tests at this point, and I don't usually scroll down, and thank goodness, I don't even know what made me scroll down, but I scrolled down, and underneath the COVID stuff was a big red writing saying your scan is at 7:30 tomorrow. This was at like 5 p.m. that I read this, so that was fun. And then the drama continued when I went to my pathologists. They opened at 7 a.m, the one right next to Fertility North. What is that, mate? It's a bill.
West Coast Eagles birthday present.
Ooh! Up at 7:05 and it opened at 7, and there was already a massive queue. Joondalup Hospital is the worst for parking. You can just never find parking, so I parked near the pathologists and was going to walk to the private side of the hospital where Fertility North is, but it says that it's a 10-minute walk on Google Maps, and it got to like 7:20 and I still wasn't in the pathologists, and so I was about to leave, but I was next, so it was really difficult. And then the guy in front of me, he had a blood test and he had to be it was a fasting blood test, and he hadn't fastened? He hadn't fasted? I don't know the word. But he didn't speak very well English. Apparently I don't speak very well English either, but he didn't speak English very well. I was like trying to explain to him that he can't eat for so many hours before the blood test and all this, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, just hurry up, I need to get in. So I got in and I got out at 7:28, and I sprinted all the way from one side, from a block away from Joondalup Hospital to the far side of Joondalup Hospital. That hurt, Mum. Please be careful. So then, wow. So then I sprinted and I got all the way there and I was literally like so dead. I was puffing so bad. And I was waiting around for like 5-10 minutes, and then next thing, a girl that was at the pathologist walked in and she had a scan as well, and I was like, oh wow, you walk a lot quicker than I do. And she was like, oh no, I left before, because she was a few people behind me, and she was like, I left because I couldn't be bothered waiting around. And then the lady that came to get her was like, hold on, there's only meant to be one scan this morning. And she checked and yeah, she looked at me and was like, Storm, you're careful. Storm, your appointment is not here. It's at Ultrasound North, not Fertility North. So I was like, well, where's that? And by this point it was like 7:40, all the way back on the other side of the hospital, and then a further block past the pathologist that I just run from. So I rang them up whilst running, and they said it was fine. They'd reshuffled patients, so the person after me came early and they just put them in. But yeah, I then had to sprint all the way back up the hill, and I was literally on the verge of throwing up, and it was freezing as well, so I like was trying hard not to cough because the cold air was like had been hitting my lungs, and it was so bad. But after all this drama, I finally got my scan, and I had one follicle that was 22 mils on my right side, one dominant follicle. Follicles in general, on my right side I had 18, and on my left I had 10. So still considered polycystic, but better. And I only had one follicle, so we're not going to have twins unless by some miracle the egg itself divides before fertilization or after fertilization, but they're like the super duper rare version of twins.
Come away from the water.
But we're not going to have fraternal twins regardless. My blood test results came in this afternoon, as well as the results from the ultrasound, though the sonographer, the sonographer did say that it looks like I'll be ovulating on my own anyway, either today or tomorrow. So yesterday or today, because it's the day after. But I took my Ovidrel trigger shot. Go get it. My Ovidrel trigger shot last night was scary. I'll put in the footage of last night. Yeah. Alright.
What are you done?
I am. That white noise is very distracting.
It's a monkey.
I am attempting to stab myself with a needle.
Okay.
I'm slightly terrified. Or like I'm going to stuff it up somehow. Could you get away, possibly, sir?
Come sit with Dad.
Attach the threaded tip of the needle is sticking out. Okay, overdrill, pre-filled pen into the outer needle cap. This is way too hard. I think I'm just going to... Is that what it means? I think that's... Okay.
Yeah, it's past your bedtime.
Oh, there you go. I think it's meant to say till 2:50, because that's my amount. Tap the reserve holder gently. And that's to get rid of the bubble, so I don't have any chance of bubbles in my veins. Press the dose setting knob as far as it will go. A tiny drop of liquid will appear at the top of the needle. This shows that your pre-filled pen is ready for injection. Choose the injection site. They just said my tummy. So,
Did they say anywhere specific?
it's is it subcutaneous or is it intramuscular? Subcutaneous, okay. Alright. Can I take my shirt off? Is that appropriate?
Probably not. You can tuck it under your bra.
Inject the doses you were trained to do by your nurse or doctor. This is terrifying. Clean the skin. Why didn't they say that before I had my hands full?
Oh my god, our arms, but yeah. Just clean your whole belly.
Mm.
Abs for days.
You're alone, third. Okay.
Here we go.
It's terrifying. Can you do it?
No. Go.
No?
If you want to have a baby, you will do it. You got this, babe. Think of the reward. Why is it going in on an angle?
Because it's subcutaneous, not intramuscular.
Oh, right.
Press the dose knob down as far as it will go. Ow. Slight sting. Slight sting. Is it still going? Ow. Bigger sting.
Okay, I think that's...
Is that it?
I think so. Yeah, take it out. I'll leave it in.
Well, it says after a minimum of 5 seconds, pull the needle out of the skin.
Well, yeah, it's been like 10.
Oh, while pressing down. Oops.
That's it. Good job.
Release the dose setting knob.
Okay, I think that's all the fun
Now I've
part.
got to figure out how to get this to... Yeah, it's on 0. I stabbed myself. It was terrifying. Like, I thought I'd be perfectly fine doing it, but just... No! Can you stop yelling at me? I thought I'd be perfectly fine doing it, but then when it came to it, I just, like, I pricked myself, and, like, EpiPens and all that sort of stuff is fine because you just, like, put those against your skin and press a button and it shoots the needle in. And you don't really ever see the needle, but this one, you saw the needle and I had to actually put it in my skin myself. Like, there wasn't just a thing that shot it in there, if that makes sense. So it was a bit scary, but it did not hurt whatsoever. Like, the needle I barely felt. I was a lot better. It hurt a lot less than, like, blood tests, so I've been having those every day just about, so it was fine. The actual liquid, when that went in, like, stung a little bit. It was, like, stingy, but I don't know if that was because it was cold, like it would just come out of the fridge, so I don't know if I just couldn't tell the difference between it stinging and it being cold under my skin. But yeah, and it is sore now, but saying that, the dog jumped up and literally stepped right on where I did it, and then sorry, video stopped recording. But yeah, and then Hayden has been, like, jumping on it and pinching it, and I'm just like, I don't know if it would have been perfectly fine if I didn't have a dog and a toddler jumping on me all the time. So that's happened. That's my current update. I also took a pregnancy test this morning just because I wanted to see. And yeah, it did show up positive. There is HCG in the ovidural trigger, so obviously it's going to show up positive because there's HCG in my body, but it's not being produced by my body, so it doesn't mean I'm pregnant, if that makes sense. But I'm going to probably do a series of shorts or just update at the end showing the trigger shot leaving my system. So I'll just take a pregnancy test daily and see what happens. But saying that, I am having boosts for my trigger shot. So what I'm hoping is going to happen is my line is going to be, like, fairly strong, and then it's going to start to fade, and then I'll take the boost and shot and it'll jump up. And then I don't know if it'll fade between 5 days, 9th and the 11th. But I want to see it sort of doing this, and then eventually it'll flatten out, and then hopefully we'll have a baby and it'll start going up, and it'll go up for 9 months. Right, so anyway, that is the update. That's where we're at the moment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. I also had an idea that basically we have to wait 2 weeks after the trigger shot to trust a pregnancy test, which is going to be like basically it's going to be just before Hayden's birthday. We'll find out whether or not we're actually pregnant. And I had the idea of, at his birthday party, getting him to open a present in front of everyone that basically is like a book or something that says Big Brother, or how to be a big brother, or you're a big brother, or something like that in front of everyone, and seeing who catches on. Huh. So, anyway.
Hello?
Bye. Do you like our fort?
No, I'm stuck.
We've got some pretty lights. We're also missing half the roof because Dad needs to get out.
I'm stuck.
But he's stuck. Come on, baby. You got this. Don't destroy the fort.
I'm gonna just
Come on.
live here now.
Oh my god.
Can you just pull the cat?
Hold on. Alright.
You were not strong enough.
It's you that's the issue. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get up.
But you gotta actually go up.
I'm trying. You're not very strong.
But you're just not even...